Here's how we can shoot in EA Sports FC 26. I'm gonna show you how to shoot and all different shooting methods. So let's begin with the basics. If you want to shoot, you can probably notice in the screen that we can use circle if you are playing on PlayStation controller, or you can use B if you are playing on the Xbox controller, which is pressing this button you should be able to shoot the ball. Now of course we also have the power, how much power we should give to that shot. If you just tap the button, then you can shoot lightly, but if you press and hold the button, then you will give more power to the shot. You can see the indicator above the player's head showing the power. And in the matches, for example, you might be able to see that on the name bar that is visible in the bottom right and bottom left corner during the match. Now, in addition to that, we have, like I mentioned, other different ways to shoot. For example, we can perform a chip shot, and if you want to do that, you have to hold L1 if you're playing on PlayStation, or left bumper if you're playing on Xbox. So by doing so, we can easily chip the ball. Let me try to actually do that again. So if you are trying to shoot, you can just hold, there we go, you can just hold L1 or left bumper in order to then perform the chip shot. And in addition to that, we can also perform a finesse shot. So over here, if we are running towards the goal, you can hold R1 instead, or the right bumper. And by doing so, you can perform the finesse shot. Simple as that. There we go. Now, in addition to that, we can use both of these buttons, so L1 and R1, or left and right bumper, and then we can perform the power shot. And if you perform the power shot, you will see a little zoom towards your player. And this is an indicator that you are about to perform the power shot. Of course, it takes a little while to do the power shot, so you are exposed, and it's easier to steal the ball from you, to take the ball from you, especially if there are, of course, defenders nearby. So you might be careful when you are using this power shot. And you can just simply, of course, once again, just tap the button in order to perform a kind of a light power shot. But of course, you can also press and hold the shoot button in order to try to give as much power as possible. Of course, you can still overshoot, so you want to be careful with holding the shooting button. And in addition to that, we can use one more button. More precisely, we can use L2 or left trigger. And this is, if you hold this button and shoot, then you can perform a flare shot. Now, a flare shot is pretty much a shot that is some sort of a trick. Now, the thing is that in order to perform various different tricks, it depends on how you receive the ball or when you actually shoot. For example, if you try to shoot while running away, then you might be able to, like, for example, try to shoot with your heel or something. If you receive a ball from the air, then you might perform like scissors or bicycle kick, scorpion kick, etc. So it all depends. And in some other cases, you can also perform a Trivela shot. But in order to do the Trivela shot in this game, your player actually has to have the game changer playstyle. So if it doesn't have the playstyle, then you won't be able to do the Trivela shot. And if you have the Game Changer playstyle plus, then in that case, even a normal shot can sometimes be the Trivela shot. And that is pretty much it. There is also the fake shot. And in order to perform the fake shot, you have to use the shoot button and then use the pass button right after that. So it looks more or less like this. So immediately we need to cancel it with the pass button. So in the case of the Xbox controller, it is A, of course, I mean the pass, and X on PlayStation. There we go. Now, all of these options, all of these shots that I had shown you, can also be slightly modified by performing low driven shot. So the standard low driven shot is performed in a similar way like a normal shot, but in addition to that, once you are about to shoot, you want to tap the shoot button again. So essentially, we need to use the shoot button twice. The first press is used for the power, and the second one to pretty much send the information to the game that we want to perform the low-driven shot. And it works for pretty much everything that I mentioned in this video, for every type of shot. So if you want to perform a standard lower driven shot, then you just have to use circle twice. You can just tap, for example, twice if you want to, or you can press and hold and then tap again. If you want to perform, for example, a low driven power shot, and then it works the same way like before, so use the same buttons as I mentioned, but then of course we need to press the shoot button again, of course, just like for the standard low driven shot, and so on and so forth. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe.